So this is North Shields on the River Tyne. There's the Tyne Estuary. Today is the 9th of September 2009. 090909. Well, we won't be getting a similar date in our lifetimes anyway. I suppose maybe... No, can't think of anything. Anyway, lovely sunny day. There's a bit of wind in the air, as there is always here. I'm on foot. I chose not to take the bicycle. And I'm going to show you a bit of North Shields. And North Shields was originally a fishing settlement. It was settled around the 13th century, something like that, when the monks from from Tynemouth Priory up there, they wanted to get some fish in to have with their fish and chips, or whatever it was they were eating. They wouldn't be eating chips because potatoes haven't arrived yet in Europe, and so it would have been fish and carrots or something. And anyway, so they tried to get people to do the fishing for them here. This led to all sorts of disputes with Newcastle, which is further up there. Yeah, there's some Newcastle's up there. It's approximately from here, about what, 15 kilometres to the centre, something like that. And now Newcastle is a strong port, a strong town. It's founded in 1080 as a defence on the river Tyne against the Scots by William I, William the Conqueror. And that was all he could do, in fact, to stop the Scots going down some considerable distance from the border. Anyway, so but Newcastle place was quite strong, and wanted to keep his fishing rights for himself. And Edward I in 1290 denied North Shields the right to get its own fishing. But anyway, these disputes went over for a long time, and eventually it was allowed. And the bit I'm going to now is, in fact, the Fish Quay, which you do by coming down from the Dockway Square, which is above me, which you can see in another one of my films, and come down here, and Fish Quay is down here. Fish Quay, and these were locations really of the fishermen's houses, the seafarers' places, which not so long ago would really have been, in historic terms, I mean, slums. But we can see down there pretty flash new housing on the waterside, and down here, well, here it's known as a sort of a leisure area. Lots of fish and chip places, an Italian restaurant, and all the rest of it. It's known for the place to have fish and chips, being down here. There we have the fishing port. Don't really think there's a lot goes on there these days, but there's a little bit coming in. There's the new lighthouse, and it does have a sort of a bit of an atmosphere in the evening. Now I've got one of my favourite memories of sitting on that chair there 5 years ago. Although I'm back here, sitting there eating my fish and chips with a big fish, a big seagull looking at me. And there's a shop here, which is called William Wright Limited, and it's got for people of my age, people who remember the early 70s, children in the early 70s, possibly late 60s, I can't remember that so well. We've got lots of sweets and things which are reminiscent of that age, and they also do other things. They claim to have traditional bacon, which hasn't been injected with water or whatever they do these days when it's packaged. And oh, there you go, real bulk butter, whatever that may be. They bacon pieces, peas pudding, there's something local, and traditional sort of place. There you are, traditional fish and chip restaurant, and it's more the traditional takeaway, I think, which is the sort of thing that appeals to me. Now, coming down from Union Quay, first thing I noticed is this building here, Richard Irving and Sons Limited. Now last time I was here, no, it was 2005, that building was completely derelict, and I see somebody's done it up, so that's rather pleasing. And coming around a bit here, we see the location of a fortification called Clifford's Fort, which was built, I believe, in the 17th century, I could be wrong, and this was devised as a defence against the Dutch, whom we had some disagreements, and it was also fortified during the Napoleonic Wars. And not a lot left of it now, maybe the stones on the far side of that wall and some brickwork above it, maybe, I don't know. Now, what for me personally is interesting about this is that I believe that my old regiment, which was 72nd Engineer Regiment, which has recently been refounded, was sometime in the 1990s, ceased to exist, was being refounded, and I believe it was originally based here, historically. I may be wrong on that now. Looking up here, we see the view of the up and down part of North Shields. And coming on here, we've got some, I want to call this, like a business park for people in the fish business. And so there's people producing fish or things which processing, such as okay, well, we have a shellfish specialist there, which is somewhat unusual in the United Kingdom to actually eat shellfish. I think most of British shellfish are actually exported. Oh, art and our packaging. Yes, I know that company, being in the packaging business myself. And coming around here, specialist fish, seafood retailer. With such fish products such as quality pork sausage from Billy Bell in Holcastle, live Canadian lobster, and as we come around here we see Larry's Fish Cakes, which is processing fish into fish cakes. But I mean, today it's now about 10:30 in the morning, and we can see not a lot is actually really going on here. Now, just above the council estate up there, probably doesn't come up very clearly, but there's an aeroplane, and the flight path, I noticed as I was coming in, comes around here, and you get a wonderful view of the Tyne Estuary. Now I took the plane from Hanover. You can see the story of my journey on another film, and here we have North Shields Beach, and there we have a very wonderful view of the castle and the priory and the statue outside it.